In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace rear shocks in a Jeep Wrangler located behind the rear tires under the chassis. Remove the tire. These lug nuts are 19mm socket. Now we can remove the tire. A 15mm wrench or socket on the head of the bolt, and 18mm socket or wrench on the bottom of the nut on this side. You're going to do both at the same time. You might as well take care of it because it's right here. So I'll just take a hammer and I'm going to tap that lower bolt out. And now we can move on to the top of the shock. Now, 1/2 inch or 13mm. Usually you're going to use a twisty socket. See if you can break these free. Perfect. Let's move on to the other side. Oh, there you go. So in Jeeps, a lot of times you have this really close, whether it's a stud or the bolt goes up in there. It's really close, and you can start them first, whether it's the bolt or the nut. You can start the closest one to the frame first because of the design of the shock. It's got the cutout that is going to go right in, so you can actually guide it on top and then over, just like that. Now we can start the other nut. Okay, I'm going to get my socket. That's a 13mm socket. And I'm going to snug these up before I torque them to specs. The torque specs for the rear upper shock mount 13mm socket is 26 foot-pounds. Get the other side. Just double check. I'm going to set the pole jack up on each individual suspension at a time. So I'm going to do this side first. I'm going to raise it up so that I can get that shock in the bracket. I'm just basically compressing that shock, the spring. Now with a screwdriver or an awl, I guided the bottom of this down so that I could get the bolt in there. I'll get that with a hammer. Hit that bolt right through, start your nut. That's a 15mm socket or wrench and 18 socket or wrench on that side. We're going to snug it up and then torque it. And the torque spec is 74 foot-pounds for the bottom. 18mm socket, 15mm wrench. And now do the same to the other side. Now we can install our tire. Match it up, put your lug nuts on. Mine are 21mm socket. I've seen some with 19. In a star pattern. Now we're going to lower it and torque it to the factory specs. So before we torque this, I'll tell you the manufacturer's spec is 85 to 115 foot-pounds. I'm going to do 110 because of the age of the vehicle. In a crisscross pattern. And double check. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.